Boop. Oh, and then you scroll down. All right. Solving a linear inequation and graphing the solution. So this will not take us long at all. We have x minus 12 is less than 5 plus 3x. When we've got something like this and we want to graph it, what do we realistically, same with an equation, what do we want to do? Yeah, we want to solve for a variable in this particular case. Yeah, what's our variable in this particular case? Okay, and to solve for it, what do we really need to do? Addie, you've already mentioned this earlier in the day. Get x on one side, and therefore it is the subject. Okay, so we want to make x the subject of the inequation in this particular case. Now, we can move it left or right. It does not matter. Which way would you like to move it? Right. So you want to have equals x or greater than or less than x. You want to have it on the right. You happy with that? You could move it left. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Cool? All right. To move it to the right, what am I going to do? I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Now, you should not need these steps that I'm writing down now, but if you do, you do. So I'm left with minus 12 less than 5 plus 2x. Everyone cool with that? Now what do I need to do? I need to subtract 5 from both sides. Once again, you don't need to do these, but I'm making sure that you see what I'm doing. Plus 2x. And what is the last step I need to do? I need to divide by 2. So that gives me x minus 17 on 2, or 8.5. Happy with that? Okay. So I'll just call it minus 8.5 for you at the moment as well. I prefer mixed numerals, but I prefer improper fractions, but the reason that I haven't done it as an improper fraction is because I want that. So I'm going to put down here minus 8.5. I'm going to put up here 0. This is the x-axis. And where does x exist? More than 8.5. So I have to put a circle there. Is it a closed circle or open? It's open. Why is it open? Because it's not equal to. So x is anywhere up that end of the... Happy with that? Yep. You need to sketch that. Nah, that was in the chapter review that I've set you for homework.
That just shows that it keeps going.
Correct. Yep.
Like 2 lines and 3 circles. So much
All right. The next one. Now, this is one of those ones I gave you the example where x lies between things. All right. So we've got 13 is greater than or equal to 4 minus 7x over 3, which is greater than or equal to 6. Now, logically, I want you guys to look at that and go, why wouldn't we write it like that? Logically. Like, don't worry about the x not being on its own or anything like that. Just look at it at the moment. Why? No, it is what it is, but there's something fundamentally not logically right about it. Dexter.
Is it the way the sign?
Yeah, I knew you'd get that. It just feels wrong because you've got the greater than on the left. You've got the biggest number, which in this case is 13, is greater than everything else. Why is it on the left? Sorry? It doesn't matter. But for someone like Dexter and me, we look at that and go, but the biggest number should be on the right. You shouldn't be saying this is greater than, like it should be, the number line goes up to the right, and therefore we should go from lowest to highest. It doesn't actually matter. But what do you think is going to happen based on what we just wrote a couple of minutes ago about negatives? We're probably going to be multiplying or dividing by a negative, and therefore the signs are probably going to flip. Okay? Because most textbook people are, much like Dexter and myself, averse to having that sort of thing. Logically, it just feels wrong. There is nothing technically wrong with it, but it feels wrong. Cool? So let's have a look at it. Once again, we need to make x the subject, but in this particular case, for it to be the subject, I'm going to have to take away the whole, put it on the one side. We just need it to be on its own, and in this case, in the middle. Happy? All right, what do we do first? I'm not going to write all the steps. You guys are adultish type thingies. So we've got 39, 4 minus 7x, 18. All happy with that? Then what do we do? Addy, what do we do next?
Plus or minus 4.
Definitely minus. But you're right, it was definitely one of those two. So we get 35. Whoop, that looks horrible. Minus 7x. And you can already see there, and you probably should have seen at the start that we're going to have a minus something in front of the x. Now, don't forget, when you're doing this is maths, we keep it all balanced. Now, normally I use one hand and one hand to keep it balanced. When we've got three things there, we still need to keep it balanced. But yeah, so you have to do it to both, like all three spaces. All right, next bit, minus 7x. What do we do? Which will give us minus 5. It'll give us x, and it'll give us minus 2. We all happy with that? But we have divided by a negative, which means we flip the signs. And we get that. And that's me doing that, and it just skimmed away from me. There we go. Minus 5, minus 2, 0. So what do we end up with there? X is somewhere in between it, correct? And what circles?
Dark.
Solid. Addy is the harbinger. Addy is the harbinger of evil. He decided that they were dark circles. Actually, technically, I reckon as a D&D character, he would be chaotic lawful. I think he'd want to do the right thing, but oh yeah. You reckon chaotic neutral?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Some days he's probably best.
Dexter, on the other hand, definitely chaotic evil.